Guys, I wanted to do a quick video for you about that lesson yesterday. I'm sorry I had to leave like that. Didn't kind of go review it. Um, the one on the left is not really a beginning video. I didn't save that first swing, and I thought I did. This is the drill with our obstacle course set up there. Um, you can see the takeaway is really nice on the right. It's the right elbow is acting a lot different. You don't see a lot of difference in there. You can see a little. The one on the left's got more wrist set. And all of a sudden now you're starting to see a big difference with the right elbow starting to break the body plane. And there's a big difference in the orientation of the right arm right there. And what I mean by that is the right arm on the first video is pointed more that way if you look at the 90-degree angle to it, and this one's starting to go down. It's turned in more. It's got the orientation of it is going more towards the ball. You can really see it right there. That's really nice. And then when it gets to the top, it's not folded and it's not as open, so it's in a really good spot, and that looks fantastic. It's actually a little bit flatter on the left arm. Club's a little bit more behind you. Those are all good things. That looks great. So now it's easier to get to the ball. Perfect world. I have to be careful here because some people are perfectionists, and I don't want you to get too caught up in it. But the right arm is going to be on kind of that plane at a 90-degree angle, so that elbow could work up and behind you a little bit more. Okay, so it's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. But from this position, you're going to have a lot easier time getting down to the ball. So then when you start down, you can see how the right arm right there is more behind you. And then that's when I wanted to see that right shoulder and the top of the right arm twist like that straw. Look at the difference in the angle of the right arm. The top of the arm's more behind you. It's more in line with your spine. Now watch the A. The left side's got a bigger A. And now this is when it gets good. Look at that A close, and that club is on a lot different angle right there. It's on the plane. It's come down to the plane. It's really nice. The other one's more out and away. This one's more down and in. And look where it exits. Boy, that's sick right there. That's really nice. So that was really good. That's a huge improvement. The speed on this one has increased. Here it's going 71.3. There's 69.1, so we picked up a couple of miles an hour speed, and that's simply because the centrifugal force moving inward. The more my arms move in, the more speed that the club can produce by moving out, and it just whips around the body that way. So as far as kind of nitpicking this thing, let me change my camera angle here, or my camera setting here. A little bigger picture. Oh, wrong one, hang on. Make sure I got the one I want. Yeah. Alright, so what we're working on now, you did such a good job, is continuing to feel that top of that right arm twist inward, and then just turning the chest and facing the target. I want you to do the drill where we put the bottle down and the golf ball down so that we continue to get a little more out to in, or end to end, I should really say. And then I want to put a rod down out here and make sure that you can start the ball. If I had a rod right there, I would start the ball left of it and try to curve it around it, and then I would go the other side and do a few where they're right of it and curve it back. That'll be a lot easier for you. But the left to right one is the trick that we need to master. And then I'm going to show you this top-down view. I'll put it on pause 1 second. So what we're doing is we're swinging this club in a circle. You can see the circle here. I love this camera angle. I'll make it a little bit wider. Just gonna mess up my ticks there. So we want the club to simply go around that circle but stay square to it. So if that's the club face, I'm trying to stay square to that circle. Well, I'm not a very good drawer with this mouse, but I don't want it closing to the circle. So if you watch yours, pretty good. Okay, that's what we're trying to produce. So we're swinging the club around that circle and trying to keep that logo up so that the grip doesn't roll over and close the club face as it goes around it. I think you've got that concept. So the biggest thing that we've been fighting is this in to out path. So if I take this circle and simply move it forward, I haven't changed the shape of it, but I'm going to move this circle forward. Watch what happens to the path the club's traveling on. Now it's going to be more in to out. So when you strike the ball right there, you hadn't changed the shape of the circle. You've just moved the circle forward. So now watch your head. As you swing, you can see how we get the head and everything moving forward, and you're effectively getting the path of the club traveling more to the right when you do that, without changing anything other than just moving forward too much. So let me grab this other camera angle here. So now, I didn't talk about this, but I want you to work on it. You can see how much forward you're going. Let me put a circle on the cap. Put a line right here. A line right there. There's our zipper. See, so that's just a little too much forward. If I can keep the legs a little more solid so that they're not sliding forward, now all of a sudden we're swinging our circle, our arms, our club around our body, and we're getting a more neutral swing path. Okay, everything looks great. I want you to work on hitting some shots where you feel like you're staying a little more centered. So this is Lee Hodges. He won in Portland on the Korn Ferry Tour this year. He's ranked number 5 or 6 on Korn Ferry right now. I just want you to notice the difference in the legs. So he's covering, but look at the difference in the head, how much less forward his head is, even though he's opening up. Okay, we're just going to feel like that. Watch the right foot. See that right foot? We work a lot on trying to keep this right foot, a lot of pressure on this right foot. So we'll hit balls flat-footed, even taking a bucket, one of those practice buckets, and putting it right here between his legs. Just so that we're staying centered more and we're not moving so far forward. So that's the only additional thing that I wanted to talk about.